What's up everybody, I'm the Bentist, and today we're gonna be going over some more dental myths. You guys loved the first video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alrighty, so for the first myth, this one is pretty interesting. Have you ever heard of coconut oil? Has anybody ever told you that coconut oil is super healthy? Well, the myth is that coconut oil can pull all the toxins and everything out of your teeth, making them whiter and healthy. No need for brushing, anything like that. So is that true? Well, the research studies show that it actually doesn't do any of that. And the only thing that they could find that it actually did was swishing oil in your mouth around for 10 minutes actually ended up getting some of the plaque off. Well, no duh, you're swishing around stuff for 10 minutes. I think that one's pretty obviously busted. Alrighty, another myth is something that I didn't actually think people even thought. I mean, what? But it is, flossing is not needed. You just don't need flossing. I mean, you can brush your teeth all day long, you can go to your cleaning appointments, you can swish with mouthwash, but hey, you know, I don't need to floss. And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't floss. A majority of people probably don't floss. Even myself, sometimes I forget to floss. But actually, if you look at the research studies, the majority of cavities that form are between two teeth. And the reason is when you're brushing, you're actually getting in front of these teeth, you're getting on top of the teeth, and you're getting behind the teeth if you're really good at brushing. Obviously, if you follow me, I know you're good at brushing. But that being said, you don't get between the teeth where the teeth touch. And that's what floss does. It gets in between and it cleans out everything. Unfortunately, if you don't clean those out, plaque, calculus, everything else can form, and then it can start working away at the gum tissue, causing irritation, making the bone loss happen and gum recession happen, and then you end up with cavities between your teeth. And you don't want that. So come on guys, make sure to floss. What are you doing? Come on, if you're following me, I know you're flossing. I know you're flossing. Next one up, you should brush after every meal. Now this is an interesting one because I see this all the time, and it's normally in a lot of the braces pamphlets and stuff saying every time you eat, you should go brush, make sure you're taking care of your teeth, especially in braces because you got all that food and gum stuck up in there. But actually, this myth is busted too. You're actually not really supposed to brush after a meal. And here's the reason. You've got food, acid, sugars that you're eating in these foods, okay? Regardless of what you have. And that acid for a temporary amount of time, about 30 minutes, will actually weaken the enamel layer of your teeth. So if you go brushing your teeth right after a meal, you're actually brushing that weakened enamel and you're gonna be damaging it and wearing it down faster. So what you need to do is brush, but wait an hour. Or another tip you can do is to drink some water before. So if you drink some water right after you eat, will actually neutralize that pH in your mouth, bringing it back to neutral and causing that enamel to kind of get back to normal quicker and make your teeth just better off in general. So make sure if you're brushing, wait at least an hour after you eat, but you do want to brush and make sure you get all that gunk out of your teeth, okay? Ooh, are at-home aligners safe? A very hot topic issue in the orthodontic community over the past 2-3 years as these companies have came out. And no, I don't want to say their names out loud because they are very sue happy, and they will sue me if I say anything about their brands, even if they're true. So what I'm going to tell you is this. I'm going to give you a general guideline. If it has not came through a doctor, a dentist, an orthodontist, a professional, if they did not take an x-ray of your mouth, if you don't think that they're professional in any way, do not use them, okay? Because what they don't understand is that if you could have root problems, you could have teeth issues to where another tooth is stuck somewhere. Maybe you have a case that's way too hard to fix with stuff like that. These at-home aligner brands, they just use basic plastic to put on your teeth. They can't use rubber bands. They can't use attachments, which is how we actually move the teeth. They can't do IPR or polishing between the teeth to get rid of some things and make discrepancies go away. So basically the way that I talk about it is an at-home aligner system is if, hey, I said I want you to drive across America, and braces and Invisalign is like driving a Ferrari. You'll get there pretty good. But if an at-home aligner system is like, it's like a tricycle without one wheel. So it's like you're always leaning to the side, and yeah, I mean, you can try driving across America, but the chances that you get there, it's probably not gonna happen. And you're probably gonna get injured, and you're probably gonna get hurt, and you're probably gonna have to go rent a car, AKA go to your braces doctor, dentist, orthodontist to go get it all fixed up. How many people I've repaired I've repaired so many cases from these at-home aligners and had to re-put them back in braces to fix everything that they messed up. So just don't do it, okay? Alrighty, if your gums bleed, stop brushing. Now this one obviously busted. The thing is if your mouth is bleeding at all, if you're brushing or anything like that, that blood removing from is not because you're injuring yourself. And I get this a lot. People think that they're hurting themselves, so they stop brushing. The thing is that's actually the infection leaving your body. So what you want to do is keep going, man. Keep brushing twice a day, flossing twice a day, everything until you notice that that blood no longer comes out. And then if that happens, that means you're back to being healthy again and you have controlled your gingivitis. Good job. If you have a toothache, you have a cavity. Now this is an interesting one because a lot of the time you'll wake up in the morning and be like, oh my God, my tooth hurts. I must have a cavity. And you start freaking out and you're worrying, and then the next cleaning comes along and you're sitting there like, oh, please don't tell me I have a cavity, please. And then you end up not having a cavity and you're like, what gives? The thing is that toothaches can cause from a lot of things. Maybe your teeth were just hitting really hard on each other and it ended up being sore for a few days. Maybe you're grinding at night and it was causing a little bit of sensitivity. Maybe it's not even that at all. Maybe you don't have a cavity. Maybe you have a crack in your tooth, which your dentist will be able to find there. Or maybe you have some gum recession and you're actually feeling the sensitivity of your root showing, because your root can be pretty sensitive if you have some gum recession down there. So all of those things can cause toothaches, but they're not necessarily decay or cavities. So myth busted. Alrighty, we're down to the last braces myth. I have to have a water pick for braces. Now you see this a lot, the same way that you get a ton of orthodontists or doctors basically making you buy a $250 toothbrush, or they all tell you, get a water pick, get a water pick, get a water pick. Do you absolutely need a water pick? No. As long as you brush and you floss and you take care of yourself, you're gonna be just fine. Actually, one of the things that I tell my patients to do, and it's kind of gross, but it's called the method, where you just shoot the air through you shoot the air through and it gets everything out. But as long as you're brushing and flossing and everything like that, you'll be just fine. Now that being said, the water pick is a great add-on. You just don't have to have it. The water pick shoots a little water through and can get in between all those brackets and get all that food and gunk out of there. So if you feel like you're not really getting all the food and gunk out that you think you need to get out, maybe a water pick is a great option for you. So myth busted. Alrighty guys, there you have it, some more dental braces myths for you. Hopefully you learned something today. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see from me next. I love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Deuces.